Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be checking out the Globular Cluster CMQ3 Halo strap and also the Halo strap version of the F3 interface. I've already done a review of this before, but that was the Elite strap style. This one's a little bit different. I'll go down, show you what's inside both the boxes, then we'll come back up and I'll give you my thoughts on both the items. So let's quickly bust open the box. I've already undone the seals on it because I didn't really want to bring a pair of scissors to undo everything. So I just thought I'd quickly do that off. But I've not actually opened it up to see the contents inside. So inside here we have some pads as usual, Velcro style with globular cluster. Here we have the main strap bracket itself. By the looks of it, oh, it does attach to the Quest at the front here. Let that focus. There you go. So you got the main pads on it at the moment. They're like your just normal cloth style pads. In here we have, I don't know if it's going to focus on that. It's a little cable for a battery to go into the back hold of the actual bracket itself. They don't sell it with a battery. Here you have some silicone style pads. I think that's the cooling one or the foam one that kind of molds to your head. And then that which goes over it and covers it. And then another pad there. As well as an instruction manual. Which, yeah, who really cares about that? And here we have a strap for the cable or any cable management you use on the headset, and as well as a different head strap if you feel like you're going to want that. It does say on here quickly, compatible with Anker 5000 milliamp nano power bank, and then it gives you a link to the actual power bank that you can use on the back of the headset here. So they do say this is meant to be used on the Quest as an open style head strap. And what that means is no interface. But I am not a fan of no interface gaming on a Quest. You just kind of line it up. It does have kind of like rubber padding on the inside here. So at the very worst, it might just leave a mark, but we'll see. There you go. And that's it. It's all on. I don't know if anything's changed inside of the box, but we'll have a quick look. Gonna focus on that. So they've added tips on the top here in regards to the issues with the nose. I don't know if anyone's watched my review for this. I kind of said that the nose pad was a bit tight, and it's kind of saying how to angle it to make it a little bit more comfortable. Pads on this version are a little bit less padded, which is a good thing because that was another one of my issues I had actually was how thick the pads were. Although it does look like they're a little bit tighter on this version. What's this here? In case you need this tool to reinstall the nose silicone light blocker. Ah, there we go. That was another thing I actually stated on my previous review is that if the nose blocker comes out, good luck trying to get it back in. They're a pain. They're like ridiculous to push back in. But they've actually supplied a tool which allows you to push them back in. So that's already popped out. So let's quickly give that a go and see if it actually works on the actual little prong thing itself. And then it kind of just pushes it in. Be careful you don't pierce it like I just did. But that goes right back in. So great for them to actually include that. Definitely shows that they listen to feedback. And here you have an even bigger user manual covering everything again. So here it is, and I'm going to quickly give you my thoughts on the actual whole device with the interface as well, because I did put that in there. We'll start with the interface, then we'll work our way to the actual head strap. I think that's the best way of doing it, just because I did have some issues with the interface, but not too many. So when first installing it, it was a bit of a trick to try and get the lip on underneath the actual Halo strap. Again, that might be different for other Halo straps, but that's for the actual Globular Cluster's own branded one. It was a bit of an issue and it kept popping off the magnets. But once on, it was great. So in my last review, I said that the pads were a bit too much on the other interface. They were too padded. Sometimes it wouldn't register your face because of how padded they were. They weren't comfortable. They would affect your field of view. It will come too much inside of the eye part here, so you would actually notice it to the left. These are 10 times better. Like literally, this has surpassed the other version. In I mean, I haven't tried this with an elite strap yet, but I think I will give it a go at some point and maybe just update my views on that somewhere, probably in the comments or something, if anyone asks. So I haven't tried it with an elite strap yet, but it works great with this, and I do think having this with an elite strap wouldn't be an issue. So I do think if you was to choose a version, then probably just go for the Halo strap version because it does feel like the more premium version. I've just touched the lenses there. Um, but overall, this is definitely the better interface. As usual, it's just the magnet thing. You pull it off and then you can pop it back on. You can have it in the open view version if you want. When popping it back on, like I said, this is what I mean by it being a bit of an issue. It's so you can get the bottom lip in, which is probably the best way to work it in, and then you kind of want to just work your way up, and then it'll just lodge in and it'll seal. So overall, a lot better. I haven't really used the spaces as much. However, I did notice they looked a bit more tighter than the previous version. With the previous version, you can see a light seal on them. But where I've reviewed the previous version, I didn't really want to go too much in depth for this because this is more about the actual Halo strap. But with the previous version, you could literally see light bleeding in. However, with these ones, it doesn't look like that's as much of the case. It does obviously depend with how much light is in your room and how, if you can dim your light a little bit and still not lose tracking, then that's great. So yeah, really happy with that. I put on the Ice Silk one and it's very comfortable. So very happy with the Halo style interface. I don't know if they've done anything with the other version of the interface. They might have updated that a little bit because I did notice some new content in the box with this one. So it might be a little bit different. So, okay. Anyways, let's crack on with the actual head strap. So as you saw down below, you get different felts, pads. As always with Globular Cluster, they throwing a load of different pads for you to try out and find one that's best for you. You usually get a leather one, a ice silk one, and just a normal grey cloth one. I've pretty much made this exactly the same as how my PSVR2 setup is. I have this same thing on the back of my PSVR2 setup, which adds a little bit of weight and also kind of molds to the back of your head, and also the ice silk one at the front, which is nice and padded and very comfortable. So far, the comfortability of this is great. I found it very comfortable. I found it, even when it's on, it's just, yeah, it's very lightweight, and I'm really happy with that side of it. I did go out of my way and pick up the battery to check out what that would be like, just to kind of give you what a view is. So this is the Anker Nano battery. It does, inside the packaging, show you where to order this, what one you're looking for, and also the name as well as a link. So all this does is literally you just slide it in here, and it goes in very snug. It's not going to fall out if you tilt it upside down. I'm not holding that just to prove. It goes in there very snug, and to get it out, you do have to give it a nice bit of pull. So there is a bit of tension to it, so it's not going to fall out. Adds a little bit more weight to it. And then also they provide the cable. So all you want to do with that is undo the little Velcro, put one side of it into the battery, which will be pointing out this way. So you just want to throw that in there. And then the other side. It's a good length as well. It goes straight in. Like there's not too much length to it to kind of make it where you have to do too much cable management, which is always good because you don't want cables hanging off. But literally, once it goes in there, it should start charging. I said it should. You might have to press the button on the Anker. There you go. And the light is on. I don't know if you can see that. You kind of can. And then if you want to, you can just put that bit down there and then tighten this round here. And that's pretty much it. That's your cable management done. That's your battery done. And these batteries aren't actually that bad priced. I think they're about £25. I got it on a sale. They're usually on sale quite a lot, so they dropped down to about 15 to 20 quid as well. So yeah, you can buy multiple of them. They're 5,000 milliamp. They charge the Quest completely while you're actually playing it, and they also keep it fully charged. So very good. Very happy with that. And also, as it states on their website, the reason they did this is because Anker is the leading battery brand or the leading charging portable brand. So they didn't want to include their own one for people to go, oh, I've never heard of their batteries. So that's why they've done this and made it so it's compatible with this. There is always the concern, though, that maybe they discontinue these batteries and then this will become null and void. But I can't speak for the future. So yeah, I've tried it with the multiple pads. Very comfortable, all round, very good. Glad about the battery thing. I'm going to go over the cons now of the headset because there is quite a few. There's not too many. I said there's quite a few. There's not like loads, and I'll go over the reasons for them. So when you tighten it up, that's perfectly fine. But when you undo it, it's not doing it here. When it's on your head, I'm gonna have to throw off my hat, which my hair is all messed up because I'm not feeling too great right now. But I'll quickly show you what I mean. You might hear it down the microphone, you might not. So as soon as you put it on, that's fine. It tightens up. When you tighten it up to fit on your head, you will hear some crunching here and also crunching here, which isn't too great because it does make me feel like it's going to break. It hasn't, and I've been using this for nearly 2 weeks now, I think it is, or just over a week. It doesn't feel like it's going to break, but you hear the noise and it makes you go, oh, maybe it will. And I don't know if it's these bits here or this here, but yeah, it's a noise. And then also when you tighten it right up, that's fine. But when you undo it, I'm hoping very much the headset, the microphone picked that up. It's really crunchy to the point where I don't know how long that is going to last until it breaks the actual mechanism inside. So there is that concern there too. But overall, this is my first Halo strap I've tried, and I'm really impressed with it. Really impressed. Yes, there's some things I think they need to iron out, maybe that bit there, and also whatever's making the noises in here, they need to take a look at. I know this version has been out for a while. They did some updates, I believe, with the battery compartment to add on. So hopefully they'll do another update. But so far, I'm impressed with it. I think the price is quite fair as well. If you look on their website, they're always discounted. So it's definitely worth looking at. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. I've found it very comfortable. I've been using it, I mean, maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours at a time on streaming. So it's been really good. And I definitely think it's worth looking at, especially if you're more interested in a Halo strap, but you don't want to spend too much money and you just want to test one out. This is a good way to test them out and also get a semi decent, I wouldn't say premium because it doesn't feel premium. I mean, the front of it doesn't feel too plasticky, but I think what I'm trying to get at is that with the noises you hear, you won't feel it's premium. So yeah, that's that. I am going to quickly take this off the headset because my concern that I've had the whole way through is that this is going to leave a mark. So I'm going to take it off the headset and we'll load back up and I'll show you if it leaves any mark and then see if we can wipe off the marks if it does. So we'll quickly do that as well. So I've now removed it from the actual Quest to see if it leaves any marks. It wasn't too difficult to do. There's quite a bit of tension, so you do have to give it quite a bit of a tug to get the strap off. So let's have a quick look at the headset itself, see if there is any marks. The places I thought it would leave marks is on these bits here, but I cannot see any marks on those bits. I can't see any black marks on here. So that side is completely fine. Oh, is that a scratch or is that denting? You can't really see it. It's only a few little dots of a speckle there. Let's kind of give it the old finger lick and see if it removes it. Yep, just a little wipe off and that gets rid of that. So it can leave a little bit of a mark, but you can wipe it off. So that's good because I did remember seeing before and previously with Halo straps leaving marks, damaging these parts of the Quest, and I was very put off by them simply because of that. But yeah, it's not left a mark that you can't actually do something with. So yeah, that's good. So yeah, the question is, do I recommend it, and do I think it's worth what you're going to get? And I'm not just saying about. I'll go over this as well. I'd say this version is definitely better. So if you saw my last review and you saw I was a bit about it, this version is definitely better. I'd say go for the Halo strap version, even if you have an Elite strap. I believe they did tell me that yes, they can both work in comparison with each other. This just felt better. It fit over my face better. It didn't kind of like come into here. So yeah, definitely look at that version over the actual Elite strap version. But with the actual strap itself, do I think this is worth picking up? Yes. If you want to test a Halo strap, that's what I'd say. Grab this. It's definitely worth the testing. It's comfortable, and you have the ability to use any battery. I say any battery, the Anchor battery, as opposed to any kind of in-house battery that's made, which is a proprietary battery for the actual headset strap itself. So that I think is a good idea in themselves. At first, I didn't think it was, but I do think it's actually quite a good idea to have that. And yeah, like I said, you can get these on sale quite good. So definitely a great idea, and I like that they've done that. And also, if you don't want to use it for the Quest, you can take it out. You know, it's got the little thing on the top there. You can use it on your phone, and yeah. So there's a lot of uses for this battery. It's not just for one thing. So yeah, very good idea, I think. Overall, happy with the product. So yeah. And lastly, I do want to thank Globular Cluster for sending this out and the interface again for review. As always, this doesn't change my views on the product. If it's bad, if there are issues with it, I will tell you what those issues are. So yeah, that doesn't change anything by them sending them out. But from the initial assessment that I've had of them, it's been pretty decent. And any marks it does leave on the headset, it's more like little black dots kind of thing. And I think that's from the tension of the rubber on these parts. I can't really catch it on the camera. On this part here and this part here, you can just wipe those off. They didn't mark it. They haven't stained it. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a sub. Check out all the other videos on the channel. It's all very much VR based stuff and gameplays, reviews. So yeah, if that's something you enjoy, definitely stick around and I'll see you all on the next one. Take it easy.